Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. We are going to finally come on and talk about the Nodal Shift. This is about a 18-month cycle. I'm coming to you on March 7th. The nodes of the moon shifted out of Aries, Libra, which was the nodes of, self, others, relationships. A lot of relationships that were not authentic crumbled. We're getting ready to have our last solar eclipse, the finalization of your core identity, taking place on March 29th. Let me make sure I got the right date here. Yes, March 29th. So the node shifted into Pisces on January 11th, 2025. North node in Pisces, South node in Virgo. So now we moved out of cardinal, fire, and air to mutable energy. So we are in water with Pisces, mutable. So a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of purging of emotions. We're just at the tail end. On March 20th, I do believe, yes, of Pisces season. The ruling planet of Pisces is there. We've had a huge emphasis on letting go, deep purging, with the nodes of fate, our destiny, the collective soul growth pointing towards Pisces. On a high vibe, this would be more compassion, more empathy, stronger boundaries, a spiritual growth. On the low vibe, it's almost tangible too, just since July 11th. Those who choose to escape the polarity, the friction of people so held in their belief systems that they're just, escaping. And this escape can come through, whether it be alcohol, addiction of any kind. So it's mutable. So it's very emotional, very high emotions. And then South Node in Virgo, to me, I'm feeling like is perhaps letting go of certain mindsets, right? Because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And it's not to leave behind these experiences, but it's to integrate our lessons and our health, our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual growth. You can almost feel, and you can see it, right? In the United States, the crisis with many people who are escaping, whether it be the fentanyl crisis. Been watching a lot of documentaries on that lately as I'm in deep reflection, and it's almost compassionate overload to see how this crisis with health is, basically got people homeless and zombified, and it's very heartbreaking actually to witness that. So, North Node in Pisces can cause some of us who are already compassionate to be in overload. But I guess in the bigger picture, we have to see things as in everybody on the planet is here for their own spiritual growth, lessons, blessings, and what we choose to do through free will is up to us. It's very painful. Pisces season thus far, since February 18th, has been probably the deepest, most emotional time. a deep feeling of grief, right? Like just such deep grief that you go into compassionate overload. So we have to be, I feel, as a human race, to be compassionate and empathetic, but at the same time, with it being mutable water, and this goes for all the time, not just now, but pretty important since the nodes are a collective energy, with that North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, to be able to have healthy boundaries and to not lose ourselves, because Pisces energy is a dissolving energy too. So a lot of us have been reflecting over, deep grief, losses in our life, especially when it was Aries, Libra before. And it's, are you losing yourself in relationships, whether it be personal one-on-one relationships, or are you losing yourself in the collective? So for me, it's been deep. I am a Virgo sun, so this Pisces energy and everything that's been hitting there has been, in opposition to my sun, to my life force energy. So this is huge for the collective with these nodal shifts, but it's also, you could be depending on your natal chart, in a Pisces or a nodal return. If your North Node is in Pisces and South Node is in Virgo, you're in a nodal return. If your North Node's in Virgo, South Node in Pisces, then you're in a nodal opposition. Just depends more specifically in your natal chart. However, for the collective, through July 26th of 2026, these nodes will be emphasizing our collective karma, our destiny, our ability to have growth in these two areas of your life. So I utilize my fascination and my passion of astrology more so on a collective, but I am started out learning my own chart. I have so much more to learn. So I'm not an astrologer. I love astrology. I want to emphasize that. I like to integrate my cards with the astrology. We have Venus that will retrograde back into Pisces and Mercury. So, it's going to keep coming back into that Pisces energy where the North Node is. And so our intellect, which is huge because Mercury rules over that South Node. So rethinking things, communicating in different ways, writing in different ways, just the whole thought process. We're just asked to rethink our thought processes. The North Node in Pisces can be people going deeper down into delusion, losing themselves. So over the next 18 months, if there's an escape in your life, reflect on that and reflect on what you are not wanting to look at, because, substances of any kind that we're using to numb ourselves out or escape from something that's inner can be amplified. There can be many more people losing themselves physically. Water issues, storms, oceans. There can be mental fogginess, even while Mercury has moved into Aries. It's going to retrograde back into Pisces, but it's not just the mental, it can cause fogginess. Pisces, kind of the depths of the ocean, the murkiness, not being able to see things with clarity. So it's not exactly easy on the earth plane to stand in your truth and keep going on your healing journey and going deep, dark into the depths of your own emotions and your soul. But it's really needed in the process for healing and evolving, because if we don't, we get lost up in the soup of the collective, right? Pisces rules over the 12th house, so there's a dissolving there. It's like ending the cycle of all the other signs and experiences. So that's where I say huge emphasis on not losing yourself. And let's just face it, if you're a, person of your word and you have a moral compass and a spiritual understanding of yourself, or you're at least trying to understand that of yourself and the collective, it's not an easy journey on this earth plane with all of the, so many different people walking around with not just, different personalities is no big thing. But when we get into the idea, which I do believe that we're co-creators, but I think that's limited as well, and that's a whole nother story. But I'm definitely not one of those that's all into the spiritual love and light. And yeah, it's great to be that, but reality is we're on the earth plane with many other people, so we're not just co-creating. What we do have control over is our own selves. Um, and we have to ride the waves out, right? Those of us who are on our journey, our destiny, our true destiny of our souls, are kind of ushering this whole big change in. So it's really no easy task. So I believe I'm going to clear my energy. Is there anything else I want to say about this? This is amplified too, because as of right now, Neptune, one of the ruling planets of this North Node Pisces energy, is still in Pisces, but it's at 29 degrees, which is just like amplified, right? Can be dreamy, delusional, but can be very spiritual, can just this overload of emotion and empathy. And like I said, the opposite is delusional, escapism, losing yourself. So I think that's it I want to say now. It's almost like a purification to the South Node in Virgo of Virgo energies about the details, and it's very intellectual, and there's something about that that's great in the Virgo. Every sign has positive traits, but if we're being asked to let go of things in that with the South Node, and it's more specific to you depending on which houses these are in for you, but just on a general collective, being able to maybe not sweat the details so much, maybe to let go of overthinking. There's a time and a place for everything, but we do have these collective node energies in Pisces, Virgo through July 26, 2026. So those that lack compassion, may have some hard knocks and karma. That's their own karma to deal with. Those that are escaping, again, there's going to be some karma and reckoning with that as well. So I believe the first card I'm going to draw from is my Animal Spirit Oracle. I have not drawn from this deck in a long time, by Colette Baron Reed. And you'll have to pardon me, I have a really dry throat, sinuses, weather's wonky as hell. Don't know how well this will pick up, but let's just clear our energy together. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your time here. I'm going to keep putting these out no matter where I'm at with my channel. I feel very uplifted and encouraged to do so. So if you're new here today, I also do energy updates. When we have solar flares and CMEs and geomagnetic storms, I feel them intensely, so I usually come on and share a little bit of insights on that. So thank you so much. Blessed solar return to all you Pisces as well, if I have not said that already on my channel, or if you haven't been here. Okay. Been a lot of mental fogginess this Pisces season. Pisces energy also rules over the feet, so walk lightly, walk in compassion, walk in truth. Connect with spirit daily, even if it is getting up in the morning and just asking whatever your belief is, asking God, Creator, the universe, whatever it is for you to, help guide you. Okay. All right, let's draw some cards here. So, from the Animal Oracle, we're just asking Spirit to show us which message would be most fitting for the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. Again, this is about an 18-month cycle, so what is it that we need to be working on? What it is we need to be letting go of? What we need to be integrating? The hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Huge for me. I have had to reel my mental energy back in. It's also because all of this Pisces energy is opposing my sun, right? So a lot of people are, concerned about the future, concerned about what's next. And the best way to integrate the energy for this next 18-month cycle is to reel ourselves back in, to be present, to practice breath work. There we go. Be here now. So this is huge for me. I do want to read a little bit on that because that resonates immediately for me. Like this future thinking and what I'm going to do next and da-da-da-da-da, and everybody's working and have to provide for yourself. Security. Again, Venus retrograde. Wherever Aries, Pisces is a huge emphasis in your life right now with the energies, because we're leaving. This last solar eclipse in Aries is taking place, and then we also have Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, wherever Pisces and Aries is in your chart. So there's a huge emphasis on that. Pull up a free astro chart if you don't have one and look where those two houses are and what the meaning of them is, and kind of get a better understanding of, self-worth, what you desire, monetary resources, relationships, all of these huge emphasis on Mercury, And when did she go retrograde? Mercury retrograde started on March 1st. So, hummingbird spirit. The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from the flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and the sweetness of life is in the eternal now. So over the next 18 months, currently and through July of 2026, practice being present. We're going to need that to weather the shifts and the changes over the next 18 months. This already started for me. Spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and the sweetness of life is in the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you. So focus on what's good in front of you. I know it's not always easy, but that's what's going to get us through. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird spirit message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better. Oh, for all that you require and desire is before you. This came up, I don't know what reading it was, but I refuse to live in a throwaway society. Think about it. You know, the 18 months prior to this January shift of the nodes, the relationships, throwaway society, it's rampant. People don't focus on watering the grass within themselves and in their relationships. They just decide to think the grass is greener elsewhere, and they're disposing of people. It's such a throwaway society. It's huge. It's not just experiences I've experienced. It's complete insanity. I refuse to live there. I refuse to go down that path. Okay, let me reiterate this. Spirit message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and always will provide for you. That's important too with this nodal shift, North Node in Pisces, is again, like I said, wake up every morning and connect with Spirit. When you start going to, in your mental energy of what's next and what am I going to do and this, that, and the other, pull yourself back to the present moment. That's going to be very beneficial for all of us because this is a collective. Nectar is everywhere, but hummingbird spirit is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place, water wastes precious energy. Be still, be here, now, in the present moment, and enjoying the sweetness of the sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Wow, this is such a perfect message for what I said prior. Nectar is there for you, and the hummingbird spirit message is whatever you put your attention, there is where your energy flows. Are you focused on the sweetness or on finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough and that you are not enough. Back to the Venus retrograde. Redefining and rethinking on what you feel. Do you feel worthy? What are your desires? What do you truly value in your heart space? That is your soul connection. And how we can gain clarity of that is bringing ourselves back into the moment. That's how we're going to weather the shifts, the changes for this cycle. And that's just already coming up for me. So much so. Yes, yes, yes. So let's draw a message from the archangels. Let's draw a message for the archangels for this nodal shift from into Pisces and Virgo. You know, Virgo energy is very attention to detail, and something about the North Node in Pisces is kind of asking us to let go, to not worry about the details, every fine detail. Patience, Archangel Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Archangel Joph, a little bit dim, sorry. So, plant your seeds of intention. Be patient with yourself. If you're like me and you're in this intellectual mode of planning and detailing about what's next, what's my worth, how are my resources going to be, or whatever it may be that comes up for you, be patient with yourself. Breathe. There's a lot of need to breathe. There's a huge need to ground, and I see this with her gardening, to ground in earth, because Pisces energy is, it's deep water, it's mutable water. We can get very lofty and foggy and delusional, so we need to get ourselves on the ground. Bring ourselves back to the present moment, no matter how many times of the day that you need to do that. It's going to be beneficial. Which other archangel message would like to come through for this? Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping you to heal your heart. This is a huge heart activation. This is a huge heart healing. There is so much deep grief. This could be physical death. This could be an ending. This can be the transformation of letting go of deep wounds that were relational. Again, get up in the morning and ask Spirit to be with you. You'll find comfort there. I've been feeling very deep grief, like very deep grief. And a little bit of the depression as well, because Pisces energy can, and it's opposing my sun. Pisces energy can be that too, depression, because that's truly when people choose to escape. They're trying to run from something that they can't run from. It follows you wherever you go. So be patient with yourself, comfort yourself, ask Creator to help comfort you, or angels or guides or whoever you call upon. Be here now. Be here now and be patient. Ooh. Full moon in Leo, go wild. So full moon in Leo, 5th house, playfulness, childlike. It's asking us to find the small wonders. And, that's a creative energy as well, because it's ruled by the sun. So make sure that you're doing things and not allowing so much of the heaviness of the Pisces Virgo energy to weigh you down. Do something daily, weekly, that brings you joy, that makes you feel childlike again. Full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So Saturn is currently also in Pisces, so it is asking us to do, it's a reality check. We're needing structure. We're needing a foundation. Saturn energy can also be, hard knocks if you're choosing to escape. So reality check, karma for a lot of people coming into a fruition if you have not been in authenticity, if you've chosen to escape. Again, like I was saying with the throwaway society, and how it was saying how the hummingbird doesn't need to go from flower to flower. We need to focus on the present, focus with what's within us. That's star codes. What's that message? Oh, what's this one? Oh, goddess one. Let's do an astral star code. Which house, planet, aspect would like us to highlight it currently? For this energy read for the nodes in Pisces and Virgo. Capricorn again, achieve. 10th house. With this process, with the nodal shift, some people are going to have a shift in perspective in who they are in the world. What is your legacy? What is your duty? What calling are you headed for? When these things shift and change, this is huge for me, because I have my north node, or my south node in Virgo is in 10th house. So this is 10th house is who you are in the world, your legacy that you're going to leave behind, what you're known for. It's asking you to achieve that. Who do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave behind? I know for me, I want to be known as a good-hearted person. I do have a good sense of humor, especially if I'm around people who bring the goodness out of me and not the insecurities or cause insecurity. What is it that you want to achieve, and what do you want to be known for? I'm holding it backwards. And that this next 18 months is asking you to be present, to redefine yourself, to be patient with yourself. You know, we had two energies come up with Capricorn, and that is the high vibe of Capricorn is loyalty and hard work and stability. Low vibe of Capricorn is stepping on others, hurting others to achieve some goal of your own. So think about that too, because you are only you and we can't control other people. So for the collective, that polarity there and that shift there very well could be asking you to be in the present and focus on you, because again, we can only do you, boo, right? That's the truth of it. We are co-creators in a sense, back to the love and light thing and whatever. We can only do what we can do, but we do have a certain destiny in our lifetime. That's where astrology comes in, because astrology is only for us who have incarnated back into the earth again. God didn't create and make no accidents when he created the whole planet and the earth. So it's a little rudder system. That's how I like to look at astrology. And that's why I'm so fascinated with, you know, learning my own chart and helping other people kind of see these reflections within themselves, where they need to grow. And again, the nodes of the moon are our destiny. It's our soul growth. It's karma. So from the Goddess Guidance Oracle, what message would like to come through for this nodal shift into Pisces, Virgo? Blooming. So crazy. We have such a huge emphasis on like birds and flowers in nature. So that's huge to get into it and finding the comfort there, right? So we're blooming and we're growing. So the Pisces energy is kind of a dissolving and a letting go. So it's painful and it's grief. But what comes from that is a new you. In the world, like the Capricorn energy we was talking about, you are just getting started to have patience with yourself in the process and do not give up. Well, I've been dealing with depression, and this is huge because we're being asked to have patience with this card, and we're asking to be patient here because we are in a metamorphosis. We're in a growth season while the opportunity is there, right? Water your own fucking garden, and that's where your growth is going to be. Don't be a part of the throwaway society. And if you feel lonely and you feel grief and you feel like you're on this journey alone, you can find comfort by calling upon your archangels, doing little things that are childlike to bring you joy. And on the bottom of it, we have bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. There we go. La-di-da. And it will be. This too shall pass. One of my favorite sayings. And I'm going to finish it up with an I am affirmation. Thank you for being here. The I am affirmation for the nodal shift from in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. Water, earth. Allow that blossom. Most important message is be in the now. The I am affirmation is I am at peace with my past. There's the grieving. There's the mourning. In order for us to blossom, grow, we have to grieve our past. Wow, wow, wow. Much love to you guys. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in with me. If you're new today, like, subscribe, share this out to your platforms because I'm not on social media. If you would, I would appreciate it. Much love to you, and shalom, shalom.